The pros and cons of living in Accokeek, Maryland. What it's really like living here. You ever drive through a neighborhood, see those beautiful homes with big yards, and think, wait a minute, this is still considered the Washington D.C. metro area? Yeah. Welcome to Accokeek, Maryland. I'm Lisa Pinder with the Pinder Group of eXp Realty, your local realtor and Southern Maryland neighbor. And today, we're talking about the real pros and cons of living in Accokeek, the stuff you won't find on a Google map. So if you've ever thought about trading that city noise for some peace, space, and maybe a Target within a 10-mile drive, keep watching because I'm about to tell you what it's really like living here. And trust me, it's not all crabs and cul-de-sacs, of course. So let's start with the vibe. Accokeek is one of those towns where people still wave when they drive by, even if they don't know you yet. It sits right on the border of Prince George's and Charles County, just off Route 10, also known as Indian Head Highway. You're about 30 minutes, give or take, some beltway traffic from D.C., Northern Virginia, or National Harbor. Now, if you ask locals why they moved here, most will say, I wanted space, I wanted quiet, or my personal favorite, I wanted my kids to be able to ride their bikes without me panicking every 5 seconds. But space comes with trade-offs. So let's break it down. First, big pro, and probably the reason you clicked on this video, the homes. Accokeek has some gorgeous neighborhoods. We're talking about communities like the Preserve, St. James, and Summerwood, where I live, full of custom builds, brick colonials, and new construction with spacious curb appeal. You can find half-acre to even 5-acre lots here. And for buyers coming from DC or Alexandria, the value feels like a steal. To give you an idea, a 4,000 square foot home in Accokeek might be priced around what a townhome costs in Northern Virginia. And if you're lucky enough to catch new construction, you'll see open concept layouts, basements, media rooms, and even those dream kitchens that make you want to start a cooking channel. Now, whether you're actually cook in them, that's between you and Uber Eats. Now, let's talk about the con side of all that space. Because if you work in DC or Northern Virginia, that peaceful distance can feel, well, like distance. Traffic on Route 210 can get heavy during rush hour. If you leave before 6:30 a.m., you're golden. Leave at 7:30, you might get to know your steering wheel a little too well. It's not impossible, but it does take planning. Some folks love it because they can decompress on the way home, roll the windows down, listen to a podcast, shake off the day. Others, they're texting like me. They're texting me like, Lisa, find me something closer to work ASAP. So my advice, if you work remotely even a few days a week, Accokeek can be perfect. But if you're in the office every day and hate long drives, just know what you're signing up for. Okay, so let's shift gears to something that keeps people here. The community. It's a feel. Accokeek has this beautiful blend of suburban comfort and rural calm. You've got Piscataway Park, Fort Washington Park, and National Colonial Farm, which are perfect for hiking, picnics, and those I need to touch some grass moments after a long week. And the best part, the river views. You can literally stand at the edge of Piscataway Park and look across at Mount Vernon. Yes, George Washington's Mount Vernon. So if you're someone who loves morning walks, biking trails, or just seeing deer in your backyard, and sometimes they do eat your flowers, fair warning, this area is heaven. And people here, they really care about each other. We've got community events, local Facebook groups where neighbors share recommendations, and occasionally a good laugh about who spotted a wild turkey in their driveway this time. All right, but here's the part that might surprise you. Accokeek is quiet, like really quiet. If you're used to the buzz of the city, the silence can be both peaceful and a little eerie. There's no downtown strip with bars and rooftop lounges. If you want sushi, craft, cocktails, or late night Target runs, you're probably driving to Waldorf, National Harbor, or Alexandria. That's about 15 to 25 minutes, depending on traffic and your level of patience. So, if your version of fun is dinner parties, backyard fire pits, and watching the sunset on your porch, you'll fit right in. But if you need constant action, this might feel a little too mellow for you. Though, Side note, Waldorf just added more restaurants and shopping options, and with all the growth in Southern Maryland, more is coming. Let's talk family life. Accokeek is home to Accokeek Academy, a well-known K through 8 STEM school that attracts a lot of families moving into the area. You've got charter and private options nearby, plus easy access to Charles County schools just down the road. And if you have little ones, you'll love the parks and playgrounds. There's a real sense of village here, where parents look out for each other's kids, and weekend sports are basically community reunions. I have clients who have moved from downtown DC and told me, Lisa, we finally feel like we can breathe. That's something you can't put a price on. Now let's keep it real for a second. Depending on where you live in Accokeek, internet and cell service can be just, let's just say, interesting. Most newer communities have great access to high speed internet, but some of the older or more wooded areas, you might find yourself doing that please load dance while your Zoom call buffers. It's getting better every year as infrastructure improves, but it's something I always tell my clients to check before moving because nothing ruins that brand new home excitement like realizing you can't stream Netflix in HD. Now, here's the big pro that keeps people moving to Accokeek: value. Can't overstate it. Compared to Montgomery County and Northern Virginia, your dollar goes so much further here. You can buy more house, more land, and still be within reach of the DC metro area. And because Accokeek is still developing, you're getting in before the next big wave of appreciation. We've already seen price growth in the last few years, and with National Harbor and the MGM Resort and Amazon facilities nearby, this area is positioned for long-term value. If you're thinking investment or resale potential, Accokeek checks both boxes. Now, one more con: public transportation. This isn't a metro station in Accokeek itself. The closest options are Branch Avenue or Southern Avenue, both about 25 to 30 minutes away. So if you rely on Metro daily, that adds an extra step. For most residents, driving is the norm. You'll definitely want a reliable car and maybe a good podcast lineup. But again, that's the trade-off for privacy and peace. You can't have wide open spaces and be right next to a train station. Unless you've got a helicopter. And if you do, call me. I want to see that house too. Now, despite being quiet, Accokeek is actually close to everything. You're minutes from National Harbor, where you can grab dinner on the waterfront, take a Ferris wheel ride, or hit the Tanger outlets. Downtown DC is under 40 minutes on a good day. And southern spots like Waldorf, La Plata, and Brandywine offer every major store you could want. Not Neiman Marcus. You can literally spend Saturday morning kayaking on the Potomac and Saturday evening shopping at Nordstrom Rack. Not bad, right? Okay, now for a funny but true con: the wildlife. You will see deer, you might see foxes, and one of my clients once had a raccoon who decided her screened in porch was his new Airbnb. So if you're not into nature, this might take some adjusting. And with bigger yards comes more yard work. So budget for landscaping unless you love mowing. In which case, congratulations, you just found your cardio routine. And let's bring it all together. Accokeek is for people who want space, serenity, and community. It's for families who are tired of cramped living and constant noise. It's for anyone who wants a beautiful home without crossing into seven-figure territory. But it's not for everyone. If you need nightlife, instant Amazon deliveries, or can't stand a 30-minute drive, you might feel isolated here. It's peaceful, but that peace comes with quiet evenings and the occasional sound of crickets instead of car horns. So before you move, ask yourself, do you want connection or convenience? Because Accokeek offers both, just in different doses. Now, if you're watching this and thinking, Lisa, this sounds like exactly the lifestyle I want, then let's make it happen. I help buyers find homes in Accokeek, Charles County, Prince George's County, and throughout the DC metro area, whether it's new construction, resale, or land. And if you already live here and you're curious about what your home could sell for in today's market, reach out for a free home valuation or schedule a consultation at lisapindersaleshomes.com. No pressure, just real talk, real numbers, and real results. Before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss my next video on new construction communities in Southern Maryland, including a few hidden gems most buyers overlook. Drop a comment below if you already live in Accokeek and tell me what you love about it most. And what's one thing you wish you would have known before moving here? I love reading your stories, and who knows, your comment might even make it into a future video. I'm Lisa Pinder with the Pinder Group of eXp Realty, helping you find the perfect place to call home right here in the DC metro area. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.